Warrior it is. I think probably it's the best of these three. It's got the I think I want to try Hunter again someday, but I think it's too bad to Ooh, look at that. Starting with the legendaries. Holy cow. Let me add Warrior to the title so everybody knows we're playing a nice fresh Warrior run here. I think that Alexstrasza, we all love Alexstrasza. It's been around for so long and playable for so long, but I think that we actually go with Darius here, right? Darius in Arena, when you get this guy on turn 5 or 4 with a coin, or even up to like 6 or 7, and you get a minion right away with him, it's just crazy how quickly he snowballs. There's been a couple minions out there that have this effect, right? That get stronger when they kill a minion or at the end of each turn, and none of them have really been playable since the stealth one. So I think I'm gonna go with Darius. Now Hager, if we end up with a kind of defensive deck, then we might have regretted passing on Hager. There's a couple of cards also that are much better if you have dragons, right? So obviously if we get a couple of the tunneling worms or whatever those are called, I think we want Darius though. That's tough. I haven't ever played Darius in Arena, so I am a little bit biased just from the fact that I kind of want to see what we can do with him. Yeah, I'm gonna take Darius. We're gonna build around Darius. We love seeing that guy first. Hungry Crab is the clear choice here. I love me some Leper Gnome. I've never actually played this card. I think it maybe should have been 3 mana for 0/9, right? So for 4 mana, you get the 1/7. I don't know. I think that guy probably should have been 3 mana. But the Hungry Crab, if you happen to eat an opponent's uh, Murloc, Why is that a tongue twister? Is that hard for you guys to say? Opponent's Murloc. Wow, my tongue is getting tired today. Whew. Anyway, if you happen to eat a Murloc with the crab, the value is just astronomical. It's exponential. So I really like the Royal Guard, but the arena we knew 3 weeks ago is dead. The first iteration of Witchwood Arena is completely gone. Where this guy was seeing a lot of play, he was getting his value. It's gone. We're not seeing those late games anymore. Arcanite Reaper is going to be a really good finisher for us, and I really like having some weapons. But I think we're gonna really try to play around a mid game here, and having a Worgen is gonna be key for that. We're gonna see another weapon though, so it might look like a crazy choice right now, but I think it's worth it. These are all actually really good, so we want to draw cards. So we're leaning towards those two. The thing with Cleave is, like I was just saying, the arena has gotten extremely aggressive. You saw it. A paladin I played against used his coin turn 1 so that he could play a recruit and then give it the 3/3 buff just to get that early start. That's how aggressive the arena has become. And it's partly because we're not getting that many discovers. So getting the advantage of the discovers of the card draw is what's going to really put you over the edge. And then the cleave is going to help us. Is going to be a good one for keeping up. But I think we want the card draw. And since we've got Darius as our first pick, and since we're going to be in control with Rush, I think we can get some battle rages. I think we can get at least 2 or 3 cards out of that each time. Here's another card draw. Excuse me. So the scout again was better 3 weeks ago, right? Until the arena really hit this curve of throwing everything at face all the time. And there's a reason for that, because you can snowball with almost all of the best cards, right? So we might not end up with any value of this card, except, if you get a battle rage and it's 5 mana, that's sad, but at least you're going through your deck a little bit. You know what? I haven't played a Molten Blade since the new meta. I should look at this card. I will. You know what? I'm going to make a note to myself. I'm actually really curious what weapons we've got for this one. I did my newest YouTube one was about Ravencaller. We started our Arena Insight series. We took a break from the HS files. We'll get back to that. But we're talking some Arena Insight about Ravencaller, the value of Ravencaller. I think I'll do one about Molten Blade. Just a quick one, maybe in 2 weeks. See what we can get out of that. Break down the stats. I think we try it though, right? Let's try it. Yeah, for wet farts. We'll get the Molten Blade for wet farts. We're getting a lot of rush. I think this guy, I like having the deranged doctor, but I feel like late game, he's never worked out for me. I think the worm is a little scarier for board pressure. It gives you, even though it has one less attack and one less health, I think the worm is better than this guy. It's clearly better. I'm not saying, I think he's always been better, but I think it's been, close in the tiers. But I think actually, I think the deranged doctor is not that good. I think we take the monk hunter and we get some value. So we're looking now for a warpath. There should be at least between warpath and whirlwind, we should see at least one of those. I wouldn't mind having the sword instead, but I think we really want a warpath here. So keep your eyes out for that, because we've got the battle rage, we've got the muck hunter, and so we're just going to go super aggressive here, which means we take the phoenix. I do like a frost rider. Ooh, there's the blood razor we were looking for, but it's next to a drake and a bone mare. Wow. So we're getting some tough choices here. So I think we actually pass up on the weapon. I think the weapon is less good for us than either of these guys. This one's got some fun tech. I'm not gonna lie that in my dreams I'm drawing both of these, and on turn 9 I'm getting some crazy muck hunter tech, right? Or on turn 7 I'm getting some crazy battle rage tech. But I think the clear choice here is bone mare, right? Our deck could slow down over the next 22 picks, and I might regret passing up the Drake, but I think we take the bone mare and look for something like a Brawl instead as a board clear. Ooh, another good set. How many blood razors is it going to give me? How many times can I pass it? And it's still think of giving me one. So Gorehowl gives you so much value in the arena because you can catch up. It gives you such good options. This is a super good rush too, though, especially on 4 mana, and we don't have a very healthy curve yet. So I don't know if I want Gorehowl. Okay, I want Gorehowl. I want weapons. I want value. But our Molten Blade will become a Gorehowl on turn 7, right? So let's just I don't know though, man. Yeah, let's take the minion. Let's take the 5/5 minion. Okay, so we've already got one crab. Do we make the crab supreme? Do we go for the crab salad sandwich here? I don't know. I think the card draw is pretty hard to pass up. Wild Pyromancer is essentially just a 2-drop for us. I mean, there's a chance we get some value with it from Battle Rage. There's a chance we get our Warpath or Whirlwind and combo out with that earlier for board clear, but it's gonna be much less likely that this gives us some value for tech, and way more likely that we just get a solid 2-drop out of it, which is nothing to shake a stick at, because we do not have any 2-drops yet, which is why I'm thinking about getting the Crawler. So there's a rare chance we get tech out of the Pyromancer, right? There's also, I think, a better chance that we get to eat a pirate, and the swing from eating a pirate, destroying a free minion, and getting a buff on our crab is I think more valuable. Though there are a couple places where we could build tech around this, but even the tech we're trying to build is so less valuable than just keep going face, right? So like, we actually passed up on 2 swords that we want. 2 of the blood razors. So let's take the crab. I might regret passing up on the piper, because we definitely want some card draw. Forge of Souls is not the card draw, the kind of card draw we want. It could get us some value. Oh man, I can't believe they printed this in the class that's not that doesn't have the recursion, right? So the rogue got the recursion with their legendary weapon, and we got the terrible recruit card with the warrior. I can't believe they didn't do some sort of combo with this. Okay, I shouldn't say I can't believe. I can say that I'm disappointed. That Blizzard, I'm a little disappointed that we don't get a little bit more weapon tech in warrior. Let's take the Blood Knight. Let's keep hitting our curve, get some value out of that. Oh man, the Blood Razor again. I really want it, but Frothing Berserker wins you way more games than you think it should in Arena. So we're gonna grab that guy. Let's take a card draw. All right. Okay, so we want to silence. We definitely want to silence. When I say, "Hey, I'm playing Arena," to my friends, they say, "Hey, you want to silence." After that, we want a poison, and this is probably my favorite poison. There's the Stealth Wasp, which also is very good. I think I like the Basilisk a little bit better than that, simply because the Basilisk actually makes them come up with an answer, a tougher answer, right? There's a lot of answers to deal 2 damage to something, even when it's stealth. Those answers don't deal with Basilisk. Yeah, a mage can ping it, or rogues can deal with it pretty easily. All that said, I think the real value in Arena is coming from getting the early aggression and then the discovers. So we're gonna take the Stonehill Defender, and we're gonna find a way to get some value out of that. Are there any rush taunt minions? Because we're building a pretty insane rush deck here, but I don't think they've done that yet. Blizzard, where's our taunt rush? Come on, man. These cards all suck, but at least this is a 3-drop. So we've already got a Phoenix, though I think having multiple Phoenixes, Phoenix. What do you guys think? Is that Phoenix? Is that our multiple Phoenixes Phoenix? I don't know. That feels weird. Maybe it's probably just Phoenix, right? The Pearl of Phoenix is probably Phoenix. Right or wrong? You're a writer. What do you say? I'll go with whatever you say. I think we get our poison. We're not going to get another poison. Ooh, there we go. Get those Phoenixes rolling. Shield Slam is really good. That really helps you clear early on. We don't have anything that adds armor yet, which is weird. We probably will though. We still got 12 cards left, but I think the upgrade for early board clear. We've got our Molten Blade. Let's get the upgrade and let's get some value out of that. Card draw. Always want that card draw. How's our taunt looking? We might want this guy just for the 3-drop. He's a very solid 3-drop. So far, he would be our best 3-drop as far as just solid stats. I don't know. That feels like a cop-out. Saying that Phoenixes or Phoenix or Phoenix is an imaginary, is a fictitious animal, so we can't treat its name with respect. I don't know. I'm gonna go with I think I'm gonna go with Phoenix. I think the plural of Phoenix. I'm gonna go with Phoenix for now, but maybe we'll check for tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. So I'm trying to decide if we want a solid 3-drop. I think we do, because that actually has a little bit of love for our outlook here. It's really hard to pass up on Chain Gang though. No, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take the 3/4. Okay, so what else are we dealing with up here? We love this curve here. I think we take the Peasant. This is one of my favorite new werewolves. I think my least favorite is the 4/1 spell damage, only because when he's a 4/1, I don't think you want to play him. Now as a 2-drop, 1/4 with spell damage, he's actually really good as far as the spell damages go and all of that. But when he switches to 4/1, I think most of the time you don't want to play him. So I think he gets a much bigger negative effect. We could go for a huge taunt here, but we want to we want to win this game. We want to win it early. We want to just keep dropping minions. I think we go with the peasant. Yeah, let's do it. Death Speaker's an easy choice there. Let's get our 4-drops are insane. We got some really good 4-drops here. Ooh, I very rarely say to myself, I want a Bittertide Hydra in Arena, because even though it's a solid 5-drop, you're not sure what kind of decks you're going to play against, right? Somebody might have, they could have, we played against last week, we played against a mage who friggin' loved Mirror Image. He had 2 in his deck, and he had 3 of the Conjurers, and he even Primordial Glyphed into 1, right? So we saw 6 Mirror Images that game. So we might run into the mage that loves the that loves arcane pings, right? Or what are those ones called? How could I forget that right now? This very instant. But we might run into trouble with Hydra. But if we're going to have a Hydra, this is the perfect deck to have it with. Except we don't have any heal. What's our 1-drops look like? We could just go with Firefly. But I've passed up on every weapon so far except for Upgrade and Molten Blade. Let's take the Reaper. Let's get some value out of our face. So here's a pirate to feed to our crab. That's something. Are our spells good enough that we could just take this guy? He super stinks for 8 mana, but if we get Battle Rage, no. Who am I kidding? That's such a waste. Alright, Stegadon it is. Fiery War Axe is so good. So when I play Arena, there's the holy trinity of cards, right? So for me, when I want a silence, I want a poison, and then we want taunt. That's the smaller one. After that, there's some rules I try to live by. Go for all the discovers you can get. And then with weapon classes, I try to limit it to 3 weapons. I've been in so much trouble before, even though Vine Cleaver's so good, I've been in so much trouble before sitting on 2 Vine Cleavers, right? I mean, it's a great card. And if you get it on turn 7, you're playing late game, you happen to get all the value out of the Vine Cleaver, and then play the next one. But if you're sitting on 2 of them, it stinks, man. But I don't think we're in trouble getting this guy. I think we want him. But a Kor'kron Elite, our 4-drops just looks so good. I don't even think we want this 3-drop though, do we? Do we want another 3-drop? But I think Fiery War Axe on turn 3 is a lot better than... So when we're looking at our curve, yes, the curve helps you. But since you can't split up the curve at all, I mean, I wish we could at least get a different color for spells and weapons. But it just gets too tricky because on turn 3, when we have 3 mana, how many of these guys do we actually want to play? Well, Death Speaker, we almost always want to hold on to for later value. Actually, most of these we do want to play on turn 3. Sometimes, so the Basilisk we want to hold on to. Sometimes you're looking at a lot of 3-drops you don't want to play on turn 3. But we actually, most of these we're okay with. We're not going to sit on Blood Knight hoping they have Divine Shields. We're not going to sit on the Amalgamation waiting for our Lookout. I think most of these we want to play. This is tough. What do you guys think between these two? Do we go for another solid 4-drop, or do we go for the weapon? I guess actually probably, I think the thing that's putting me over the edge on the weapon is the upgrade. An upgrade after this is really good for us. And all of our 4-drops are really solid except for this darn Stegadon sitting in there. I mean, he's not bad. Yeah, let's take the War Axe. I think you're right. I think you're right, chat. Oh, we have to take the Volcanosaur. I actually really like the shield. But it'd be really good to have armor. But we gotta take the Volcanosaur, just for some late game. We don't have much late game. So I've actually been thinking more and more about putting Brewmaster randomly in my standard decks, right? So like, as the game slows down, hopefully we get a tournament mode, and it's like when it comes out, hopefully it's like what I'm watching on Twitch right now. So the tournament mode on Twitch right now, each player comes in with 4 decks, and then you ban the other one, and then you play. It's not a best of 5 exactly, because you have to win with all 3 of your decks. So yes, it's kind of a best of 5, but you can't just play your favorite deck the whole time. Because of that, you're seeing a lot of control. And I'm thinking something like Youthful Brewmaster thrown in as like a 30th card to get value out of some of your other cards is something that we might want to consider. Not in this. I think that Cleave is really good in this aggro arena meta. But we've got a Slam. We've got a lot of really good cards. I mean, getting the Phoenix to kill a 2/2 instead of the Cleave, I don't know. The Thug is super, super good in Rogue, and then in Druid. Those are obviously the 2 best. I'm thinking I might be able to get value out of it though here. I've got 3 weapons and an upgrade. So it's hard for me to pass up. The Brewmaster could also... So what are my battle cries? Death Speaker. Obviously there's other battle cries. I'm not going to assume I could ever get 2 value out of Hungry Crab unless I'm eating my own Murlocs. I don't know. I think maybe I do the Brewmaster in case it's late game and I get a double value out of my out of my Defenders or my Phoenix. I don't know. I really like the way this deck is shaping out though. We got a lot of rush. We got our Crowley first pick. I don't know if this is good enough. It's so good in Rogue that it's hard for me to imagine I won't get value out of it with my 3 weapons. The Cleave helps me catch up if I'm behind though, but I've got such a solid 3 curve. Am I ever going to be that far behind? Yeah, this is the mana curve you're looking for, Firestorm. It's called the FU curve, and it's how you win the arena. So or the Kid Rock curve. I don't remember the album. It was one of the first ones my older brother bought with his own money. It was the Kid Rock one, and on the disc itself, it was Kid Rock's middle finger with his big class ring or something like that. That's one of the things I miss about buying CDs is the art that they did, not only inside the books, because that was always fun too, but also on the disc themselves. What the artist did with the disc was always another insight to what they were thinking. I think, gosh, is it too crazy to do the Cleave? Might be a waste. Maybe just so we could get late game value out of the Brewmaster, but we don't have any 2 drops that are 3/2. Let's just go with that. Another stealth poison, my favorite poison. Ooh, another Defender. There we go. All right. I really like this deck. What do you guys think? Okay, so we underachieved on the Paladin deck. The Paladin deck was so good. We only got 3 wins. It's tough in the arena tonight, guys. I don't know what to tell you. There's some brutal competition out there. Sunday night arenas. That's where it's at, I guess. But I think this deck, as far as warriors go, is one of the better ones. But we didn't get a silence, did we? No. So we always want a silence that we didn't get. We've got 2 poisons, which is good, and we've got a lot of insane minions, but we didn't get a Brawl, which you always want to have a Brawl to catch up with, and we didn't get a Warpath or a Whirlwind, which is kind of a bummer.